In this video, I am going to show you how you are going to land your first retention marketing clients in 90 days or less. And this is a step-by-step system for beginners. So this is not going to require no sort of ad spend, no fancy softwares or any sort of prior experience. All you really need is consistency. You got to be coachable, watch through the end of this video, and the willingness to execute. And if you do it, you will have your first high-paying client within 90 days or less, right? So let's get straight into it. So let's talk about the brutal reality of outreach, right? So a lot of you guys have probably taken a lot of advice from my free videos, the content, and I've given you guys some free game in there, and you probably started doing outreach. And the thing is, you probably number one are just flat out getting no's or just being left on scene. People aren't responding to you. You maybe even hop on a sales call or two. You don't know what to say or ask, and you're kind of being ghosted, and you feel like you're in this endless loop of rejection, right? So, in this training, I'll show you the exact systems I use to break through all of that and actually land my first high paying client. Plus, you'll get a 30-day framework to start booking and closing clients faster, right? So let's go through. I want to break down and preface that I am not perfect. So a lot of people in this online space are going to make it seem like they're perfect or they're really good. No, the reason why I know what to do is because I took so many L's, right? The thing is, I actually took 11 sales calls and fumbled every single one of them before I closed my first client, right? And I was just terrible at it. But the thing that helped me get through was the fact I was consistent. I just didn't give up. And that first deal actually came through my Instagram DMs where I offered a free audit video. And I closed a guy for $1,250 per month, which was the most amount of money I've ever got within 30 minutes where I wasn't working at a Walmart warehouse. And that single client literally changed everything for me. So by the end of this training, you'll have the same exact clear, repeatable plan that worked for me. So let's go ahead and go over one thing, right? Outreach is a number game at the end of the day, but having the right skill makes it a difference. So I want you to kind of think about it like basketball, right? If you keep taking shots, you go to the rec and you start hooping, you're probably not going to make a lot of shots. Your form doesn't look too good. But the second you get a coach, you get the proper guidance, you get advice, your field goal percentage kind of just skyrockets from there, right? So having the right framework is what's going to increase your chance. So with the right approach, you'll automatically see a massive increase in your chances of closing deals and actually landing clients. And the thing is, you don't need 10, 20 clients. In the beginning, all you need is just one high paying client that'll pay you anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 per month. And just getting one high paying client and you do great work for them, they will actually branch out in their own network and give you two to three more. And that's when that real snowball effect begins. But I do also really want to preface that if you send out 50 DMs and you don't get a yes and you quit, you will truly never win. Outreach truly is a numbers game. If you reach out to 100,000 people with a great offer, you are bound to get a client. But if you only reach out to 100 or 200, you don't get anybody, you truly will never sign anybody, right? Because you're not reaching out to that many people. You're not getting your offer across that many people's eyes. So I want you to really think about it in a number sense. How many people are you reaching out to? And if you're not getting that many responses, reevaluate, right? But I'm going to give you a set of repeatable actions you can actually start implementing so you don't have to do as much guesswork. So the system is built for beginners at the end of the day. So you don't need to be an expert. You don't need thousands of dollars in softwares or years of experience or some massive ad budget. All I really, again, need from you is to just show up, do the work, and I'll give you a repeatable framework, some free tools. As long as you're consistent and you're willing to execute, you will do well. So there are essentially two powerful paths that you can kind of go into, right? And I suggest doing both. Don't just stick to one, do both because it's a number game. You can do cold DMs, which I started off doing in the beginning and it worked really well for me. And then the Dream 100, which was actually created by Daniel Fazio from Client Ascension, which I give him all the credit for because he is a dog and I used this and it helped me a ton also, right? So cold DMs, it's very simple, right? You are going to just be again, simple, direct, and very fast approach to these clients. This is great for quick wins and immediate responses. The thing is, this costs $0, and it has a lot of potential. And the thing with Dream 100 on the other side is you can't do much volume of it, but it is a lot more personalized. So the best way I can really describe this is cold DMs is kind of like an AR. You're kind of just shooting everywhere, versus Dream 100 is a little bit more like a sniper, where it is more precise and accurate. So cold DMs, you can send out 80 to 100, 200 DMs a day. But Dream 100, you can probably only send 5 to 15 max personalized outreaches per day, right? And the one golden rule that you need to understand, that we need to make sure that you embed within your brain right now, is that you should never ever sound desperate. Always be concise, confident, and be a human, right? Do not sound like you are Chat GPT. Even if it's your first time, sound like you're that guy, right? Fake it till you make it. It's completely okay to act like you've been doing this for years. There's nothing wrong with that. So when you do cold DMs, essentially what you want to do is reach out to brands anywhere from 20,000 to, you could say, 250,000 followers, right? Because if you do anything larger than that, they most likely just have some AI bot or a customer service team that's going to tell you to email like info at company name, and you'll never actually reach the right person. But if you hit that spot, it's a sweet spot that I have noticed from my years of experience where you will actually get real people responding from you. So let's actually break down what does a bad outreach look like within the cold DMs, right? So the first thing that you always want to say to people is, hey, is this a good place to ask questions? Or cool if I ask a question, or mind if I ask a question? Something like that, to where it gets these people to engage right back with you. So before you go and start blasting over a copy paste template like, hi, my name is John Doe and I run XYZ agency. We specialize in retention marketing and help brands increase sales through email marketing, SMS, and other retention channels. You see, this right here, you sound like a nerd. And when you start blasting all this, you again sound like an AI bot, and people will never ever open it because they can see right through it, right? And it's just long, robotic. It screams desperation. It's very generic, and it's not personalized at all. It instantly will get ignored, and worse than that, it damages your reputation, right? So what does an okay outreach look like, right? This is what I would say solid. It's not going to help you close clients, but it is solid. So, hey, I am John from XYZ Agency. We help brands grow with emails by increasing LTV, AOV, and sales. Interested? This is okay because it's a lot more shorter and concise. It's still very generic and unoriginal. Number one, it doesn't show research. There's no sort of unique insight, and doesn't prove any sort of expertise. So the thing is, you may get occasional replies, but your conversion rates will be extremely low. But this, on the other hand, is what a great outreach looks like, right? You're going to, number one, again, ask them the question, hey, is this a good place to ask a quick question? And then they're going to respond to you. Then you say something very simple like, hey, I opted into your newsletter and I noticed your pop-up has a big gap. Or I went to your website and I noticed your pop-up has a big gap. I went ahead and redesigned it, and it could boost your opt-in rates by an additional 20 to 30%. Want me to send it over? The reason why this will work so much better is because, number one, it's simple and casual. It's a very specific observation, so a very specific pain point that you are about to give free value over to. It shows expertise, and it's a natural conversation starter. You're not begging, you're offering genuine value that is proving your expertise. But here's the thing, when you do cold DM, you're not actually going to create all this stuff and send it over. That's for the Dream 100. We're going to make it sound in a tone that we went ahead and did it already. So we only conserve our energy for brands that say, yes, they are interested. So when you get this in your own DMs, I want you to place yourself in the shoe of someone that runs a brand, right? You have to take care of your marketing team. You have to make sure the product's looking good. You have to make sure the factory is, actively making the products properly. There's no issue. You have multiple things to manage every single day. If you see a message that was as bad as those previous two, you will ignore it. But if you were to get this, which shows someone that they truly care about your brand, they did their research, and it's a very specific pain point with a very clear outcome. And guess what? There is no liability. With you saying yes, you're not owing them anything. It's no commitment. It's just free value. Guess what that's going to do? It's going to make them want to say yes because it's not going to hurt them, right? And when they see it's not going to hurt them and it's value, that's going to pique their interest and make them want to hop on a call with you. So again, always make sure you're framing yourself as the expert and you're always giving value. If you beg, you will never get any sort of responses, and your conversion rates will always be shit. So now let's jump into the Dream 100 concept, which again, all credit to Daniel Fazio. The guy is a dog. Um, Best way, what you want to do is create a list of 100 dream brands that you'd ideally like to work with, right? And now what you want to do is build some sort of personalized value piece that proves you're an expert. So this could be a 5-7 minute audio video. This could be or audit video. This could be a redesign that you made for them. This could be a pop-up redesign. It could be anything. Anything that is valuable to the brand that you went ahead and made and shows that you put in effort. And you're going to deliver these assets across LinkedIn, email, and Instagram. So if you don't have a LinkedIn, you don't have an email, and you don't have an Instagram, go ahead and set those up, warm them up, make sure they look good. You look like an expert, just reference mine, for example. And then you're going to track everything in Trello, which is going to be your free CRM. And the key principle, once again, to show that you have already done the work and that you know what you are talking about. So you're going to use Apollo.io. It's going to cost you, I want to say, around $50 a month. And Apollo.io is going to be great because you're going to be able to actually find the information of the key decision makers. So their emails, the websites, all that, it is going to be provided. And you want to make sure that you're actually targeting these roles, which is the CEO, CMOs, and anyone within e-commerce. So an e-commerce manager, e-commerce coordinator, e-commerce developer, something like that, at the right companies. So 6 to 8 figure e-commerce brands. Try to avoid brands that are either doing below $20,000, $10,000 a month in sales, and also doing over $10 million a month in sales, because majority of them tend to have in-house teams. And the brands that are too small just don't have the budget and they're broke and they're going to be really hard to work with. And then make sure you're actually avoiding roles like the CFO, sales manager, customer service that have actually no authority to hire you or understand what the hell you are talking about in the first place, right? So you're going to use Trello, which is going to be your best friend, and you're going to break up your Trello board into different columns, right? So you're going to have one saying brands to outreach, which is going to be your 100 brand. You're going to pick 5 of them a day or however many that you want to do where you get the work done efficiently. You're going to have one saying outreach sent and another one saying week 1. And you're going to have your follow-ups. Week 4, you're going to go ahead and start switching to email, because in week 1, you're going to have all of them done through LinkedIn. And then week 4, you're going to switch to email and DMs. Week 5 through 6, you're going to follow up. And then you want to go ahead and make sure that each card contains the decision maker's contact details, their LinkedIn, email, and Instagram, the Apollo link, and your audit/redesign asset, whatever you went ahead and do, right? And make sure that you're moving each card along the board as you complete each step, so you know where every brand stands, and you actually add the timeline and everything. And it'll make it a whole lot easier, because all you have to do is literally wake up, whatever you do, take a look at this, and it gives you everything you need to know, right? Like, hey, I have to reach out to this brand. I have to do follow-up 3 or 4. It's organized. It's all in one place, and it'll make your life 100 times easier. So use this. This is some free game a lot of people won't tell you. So now one question that I get asked a ton is, Cart, how many times do I outreach to these people? What do I say in these outreaches, right? So your week 1 is, again, is going to be your initial LinkedIn message. So you want to start off on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is great. So the first thing I do is when I connect with the person, make sure that they connect back with you. And you want to go ahead and like and comment on their 3 most recent posts, and then go almost, I forgot what the word is, endorse. You want to endorse their top 3 skills. Wait a little bit. Then I want you to send every message as a individual message. So you're going to be like, hey, send. Big what you're doing over at X company. Cool stuff. Send. Again, it's kind of the same DM pitch. Be like, I went ahead and opted into your website. I noticed 6 to 7 areas that were causing us to lose on sales and customers. So I went ahead and made an email redesign that's going to beat your current one, and a video breaking down how it will. Here it is, right? And then you're going to say, let me know what you think. Then week 2, after you send that first outreach, you're going to go on Trello and set the due date for the second outreach 1 week in advance, right? So then when week 2 comes up, it's going to be a very gentle reminder, right? Just be like, hey, just checking in, want to see if you got to see it, right? Then week three, playful check is going to be a little bit more like, hey, let me know if I'm barking up the wrong tree here. Again, where it sounds like you're a human, you're not some AI bot. And then you're going to go ahead and switch over to week four because you don't want to overdo it on one channel because then that becomes annoying and we don't want to be too annoying. But we want to go ahead and assume that, hey, maybe they're not too active on LinkedIn. Let's try to get them on another channel. Now, this could be email. So what I do is do kind of the same tactic. You do another three follow-up sequence on email. Then you kind of try to hunt them down on Instagram also. So use your stalking ability. So majority of the time, it's really just going on that brand, going through the followers of the brand or see who they are following and just typing in their name and see if you find the account. If you don't, just DM the brand straight up and hope it kind of gets to them. But again, golden rule, follow up until they say no. Most people give up way too early. Consistency is what's going to help you win in this scenario. So another thing that I've noticed that a lot of people struggle with is how do you speak and what do you say, right? So again, here's some more free game and really take a moment and memorize this, right? And kind of embed it within your brain. You never want to say things like, please hire me. I really need clients. I'm just starting out, but just long, desperate paragraphs, right? You want to instead say things like, hey, I found three quick wins you could implement right away. I shot a quick 5 minute audio for your pop up, or I shot a quick 5 minute audit for your pop up. Thought you'd want to see this. Short, confident messages because you want to just sound calm, sound human and in control, as if you, again, have been doing this for years. So you're going to kind of fake it till you make it, but you're going to naturally start embedding this sense of confidence in yourself. And then that's going to reflect in the way that you speak in your language, right? So these are the languages that's going to help you convert and get clients. One of the biggest things is people have the perfect offer, but they sound like a bot and they sound like a bitch and they will never get the clients. Again, my personal proof. I failed literal 11 sales calls before I finally got it right. And again, what helped me win was consistency. And eventually, I was able to send over a free audit video through Instagram DMs to a brand, right? I asked them, hey, would you like it? And I sent it over. And I framed it as I already had made it, which got their attention. Once I sent it over, they liked it. I instantly send over my Calendly to them. So if you don't have a Calendly, make sure you have one. I instantly sent it over. They booked in with me. And after one call, I closed them for 1,250 per month. And this one deal gave me the confidence and momentum to just keep going. So what do you say? How do I say it? Like, what do you say when they say yes, right? Which is another question a lot of people ask. Like, "Cart, I don't know what to say." Like, hey, they responded positively. What do I do? Number one goal is to book them in immediately. It doesn't matter what it is. Get on a call so you can talk to them face to face so they can learn more about you. You can learn more about them and establish the fact that, like, hey, look, we're both people and develop that human relationship so they can trust you more when they actually see the person behind the screen. Your Loom video or redesign should already help with this, but when you do it again, it reinforces it, right? So you just want to go ahead and say, awesome, glad this resonates. Here's my Calendly. Pick any time that works. Let me know if you have any issues. So if you don't have a Calendly, once again, go ahead and make it. Or send over a calendar invite. So go on Google, go on Zoom, and manually send it over to them. And then just include a quick, short agenda, right? Like, hey, we're going to review your goals, current setup, and see where we can give you guys some quick wins. And just prepare lightly, right? Go ahead and check their website, their opt-in experience, their email flows, so you're ready for a informed conversation. Do not go in not knowing anything about the brand. Act like you know everything. You've done your research because guess what? People are going to appreciate that a lot. Now we get to the step. Oh my God, you are on this call. What do I ask? What do I say? I want to go ahead and make sure that we can preface the most important part. This call is not about selling. You are helping. So there should be no sales pressure. You're not joining this call to sell them anything. You're simply on this call to help them. So you are going to ask these powerful 5 questions, which are, what are you doing right now? Where do you think you're falling short? Why do you think that's happening? Where do you want to be? And what's holding you back from getting there? All you want to do, very in a nonchalant, simple manner, ask them these questions. And what you're going to see is naturally they start opening up on their own problems, right? This forces them to think. And when they say out loud themselves, it reinforces within their brain, like, hey, like, look, we have these problems. We need to get this fixed. And they end up telling you their exact problems and why they aren't getting there. So guess what you're going to do? use that and repackage and position your offer as the bridge between where they are and where they want to be. And you're going to put a price tag in between them, right? Your price tag is the bridge. And then they will pay that because they need that bridge. Because guess what? They just told you. And that is why these 5 questions are super powerful. So here are some sales tips that actually work, right? Confidence over perfection. Do not try to seek a perfect sales call, rather sound confident. So even if you stumble, act like you know your craft, right? Confidence is always going to be more important than some sort of flawless delivery. Trust me, I learned it myself. I fumbled 11 calls. Help, don't sell. Again, I'm going to very keep doubling down on this because I saw a video from Mark Cuban and it changed everything for me. Think of it as you're helping them solve a problem, not trying to close a deal. The best sales don't feel like sales, right? They feel like you're helping them. And embrace failure. Don't be afraid to mess up. Failing is a part of the process. Your job is to stay consistent until you land that first win, right? Remember that failure is what's going to help you become better, right? Those losses are lessons. Many people give up right there. So if you can simply just stay consistent, you have that edge that's going to help you win over 99% of other people. So instead of taking that failure and looking as a loss, just try to find the lesson within that and then using that to improve the next time you get a call. That's right. That's literally what I had to do. So just remember, a good offer will close even if your delivery isn't perfect. A bad offer will never close. So no matter how good your pitch is, make sure you have a good offer. It doesn't matter. Have a good offer that is, again, something that they could say no to. Kind of the same mindset I said. Put yourself in the shoe of someone that is a brand owner who gets bombarded with messages and they get on a ton of sales call. Give them some sort of no-brainer offer. So, again, a lot of information, right? Now, we're going to wrap this up with a mindset shift. Just remember, there's no sort of magic script. If someone's going to go out there and tell you, hey, this exact framework is going to help you sign 100 clients in a month, that's not true. There's no magic script. Every script that works eventually gets saturated and stops working. The real skill is learning how to think about outreach so you can adapt to any situation. So once you understand the principles, you'll never actually run out of clients. So remember, one client changes everything. That first $2,000 to $3,000 per month client you get will start that snowball, and from there it gets easier and easier and easier. It's always going to be hard to get your first. Second you get it, it becomes a whole lot easier. So, if you actually want to land your first client within 30 days, apply for my one-on-one coaching program where you'll get my exact framework, scripts, and systems. You'll get personal guidance throughout the entire process and close your first retention marketing clients within 30 days from everything that I provide. And you're going to build your first $2,000 to $3,000 per month retainer. If that's something that sounds interesting, use the link below, apply, and we'll see if you're a right fit.